everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna, this is Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals, and it is time to start another weekly reading vlog. Alright guys, so it is Monday evening-ish. I just got home from PT, which is like I had to go from work to PT, so I wasn't able to start my vlog clip earlier, but that's cool. So yeah, it's Monday evening. I have a couple of things to talk about. The first one being I finished The Diviners today, and I loved it up until after everything was resolved and we figured out who the murderer was and all of resolved all of that. Because then I felt like we ended the book like 8 times. And I know a lot of it was foreshadowing for the next book. It was like we would go to the next chapter and I was like, oh my god, are we not done yet? So that definitely ticked off some enjoyment of it. Hello, say hello to Zephyr. She's here with me tonight. So anyways, yes, there's that. And then I also have book mail. That's not book mail. This actually has to go back because this was my iPad case, but I ordered the wrong one. But this is book mail. So I'm going to not show you my address and open it for you. Okay, so it's 2 books. So this is, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but this is going to be September's book for the Literary Alliance, which I've never read a Lisa Jewell book, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then I got Fox by Christina Dalcher. So yeah, I'm excited about this. This is basically a book where women are only allowed to speak 100 words a day. So I'm excited about it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm very much into dystopian books right now. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go. I need to edit last week's vlog, and then because I'm kind of home by myself tonight, I'm gonna try to film a few other things. And yeah, anyways, I will talk to you later. Hello everybody and happy Tuesday. I have a couple of updates for you since last night. So I stayed up way later than I should have. It was midnight, and I finished Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I do not recommend reading this before you go to bed. Yeah, it's terrifying. Especially the end. But I was reading it, and then I found my audiobook from the library came in, and I was 90% of the way through, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning. Then I took a shower, and I was like, oh, I'll just finish listening. I'll just listen to a little bit, and then I'll go to bed. I'll finish it tomorrow. It's fine. And I just yeah, finished it. Because I couldn't put it down. So, definite 5-star. I'm not sure how much I've talked about this book as far as synopsis, but basically it is about a man who is a scientist, but at the time, when you first meet him, he's a physics professor. But then you find out that he kind of made a life-changing decision long time ago, and things happened from there. I don't want to go into a lot of detail because I feel like not having a good grasp on what was going on in this book really helped drive it and really made it what it was. But just know that basically he goes into a coma, he gets kidnapped and is in a coma, and then when he wakes up, his life is not what he thought it was. Go into this blind, but definitely read it. It was a 5-star book for me, and I freaking loved it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. So that was my acceptable for Defense Against the Dark Arts, which was to read a book with black under the dust jacket, and that it is. So there we go. So I'm on to Exceeds Expectations. And then I'm also on Exceeds Expectations for Potions, which is the one I have to get the outstanding on. So I started up Mooncakes this morning, which is a graphic novel, and it's this very queer, very diverse, adorable adorable thing. I'm on chapter 3 of it right now. So I think it's like I think there's 5 or 6 chapters in it. I don't know. But I don't want it to end because it's so precious. So there is, the main character has 2 grandmas. The friend is non-binary. The main character is hard of hearing. I don't know if she's deaf, but she does wear a hearing aid. I don't know if I can say that. So she does wear a hearing aid. And it's so good so far, and it's adorable, and the graphics and the color, like the art style is beautiful, and I love it, and it's just perfect. It's perfection. So I'm gonna finish that tonight. I'm going, and then the other book that I started today, I went ahead and started an audiobook because my Audible credit doesn't come in until the 16th when I can start Harry Potter. Plus, I think Harry Potter exceeds expectations, so I need to read, or is an outstanding, so I need to read the exceeds expectations first. I think that's for Defense Against the Dark Arts, I think. But Say You Still Love Me is on audio on Script. And that was it was an arc that came out last week, and I just hadn't gotten around to it, but it was on my TBR for the Exceeds Expectations for Arithmecy. And I found it, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm about 35% of the way through it, and I don't know if I thought it was supposed to be smutty, but it's not so far. But it flips back and forth from like present day and then 13 years prior when they were camp counselors. And it is bringing back all of the Camp Klassen vibes. So I was a camp counselor at Camp Klassen in like way back in the day, like 7 years ago. So it is bringing back so many memories. I need to text my friend from camp that I still talk to, because yeah, I'm feeling a little zappy tonight. So anyways, which is funny because it's the second time in a week that I'm feeling that way, because I was in a restaurant last week and they were playing Call Me Maybe, which came out in 2012. And so like it was every other song on the camp playlist. And I like went back there. Yeah. So anyways, that's all I have for you right now. I've been talking for too long. I'm going to go and probably listen to a little bit more of that audiobook or watch some YouTube while I'm doing some picking up. I need to do the dishes and yeah, just some basic stuff. So I will talk to you later. Bye. everybody, and happy Saturday. It is the 17th, so the day before my birthday, and I spent way too much time this morning not reading. So, anyways, I do have a couple of things that I do want to update you on, but I don't want to do it in my car, so I'll do it when I get home. But as you can tell from the previous few clips, I did spend the entire morning reorganizing my bookshelves because they were driving me nuts, and I love the way that they look now, so I'm excited. So now I'm here at Target because I got an outfit for my dinner to go that I'm going to tonight, because I'm like celebrating my birthday tonight because the restaurant's not open on Sunday, so I'm going tonight. So I'll have some like vlog footage of that hopefully, because I'm going to Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian steakhouse, and it's so good. But anyways, I got this really cute romper outfit, and the seam right like down at the stomach area does not match, like the patterns don't match up, and so it looks real janky, and so I'm taking it back. So anyways, that's all I have for you right now, and I'll talk to you later. I will update you on the books that I have finished, because I think I have 2 or 3 that I've finished since, 3 that I finished since I updated you guys last. So I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, so it is Sunday, and I was supposed to vlog some more yesterday, and I didn't. We ended up going out to dinner, I had plans for that. That was like my birthday dinner. Kind of celebrated it yesterday, and then tonight we're gonna go and have the salmon for dinner, which I'm excited. And I made a cake, but my cake sunk, so I don't know why. But this is why I don't bake. I cook, I don't bake. But that's okay. Still gonna taste good. Anyways, I said that I wanted to kind of follow up and talk about the books that I had finished, because there were a few other books that I have finished this week, and then I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I probably will continue reading a little bit more today, but I just want to get this up so that way I can edit it and have it for you tomorrow. So, let's talk about some books. I think the last book that I talked about was Dark Matter, and I finished that. So then I finished Mooncakes, and that was a graphic novel, and it was a super witchy fall, small town, and it was adorable. There was so much diversity. So the main character is deaf. The friend is non-binary. The main character has 2 gay grandmas, and yeah, I just kind of love it. So that is an arc that I received in NetGalley. I think it comes out in October, but I am probably going to reread it this fall. Let's be honest, I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. There was a little bit of there were definitely some plot holes, but I still really liked it. I just didn't necessarily love the plot holes, and I talked about it more in my mid-month wrap-up that I think goes up today. So you'll have seen it already. So I'm gonna do these last 3 pretty quickly, because you've probably already seen them, or seen my comments on them. So the next book that I read was Say You Still Love Me by K.A. Tucker. I gave this one 3 stars. It was a contemporary, but it kind of followed 2 stories going on. One 13 years ago at Camp Wawa, and then this current love story, and then it's like a second chance love. And I really liked the story about the camp. I didn't necessarily love the story going the current day one. I just didn't necessarily buy the romance. I feel like she didn't sell the being able to go into another world. That's not what I meant. But they're obviously from different financial situations and very different backgrounds. He grew up with family that basically is in prison, that background, and she is the daughter of a very wealthy real estate investor poised to take over her father's company. And I don't know, they basically were just like, we love each other, so it's, it'll work. And I just didn't think it did. I don't know. there was like this one part at the end where they were talking about how, you know, he needed a new suit, but he wouldn't let her buy one. So she was going to buy him a custom suit for Christmas so that he could go to these functions. And I was like, you know, like if he really cared about her and, you know, cared about her career, then he would let her buy him a suit so that he could attend these functions and actually like make a good impression on potential investors or whatever. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. I didn't buy it. So 3 stars. And then the last novella that I read, I read it Friday, like finished it Friday night, and that was Guarding the Countess by Jess Michaels. This was another arc that I received, and it was a male-female historical romance, which absolutely caught my eye. Like the cover of it, obviously, like just, I mean, yeah, I clicked on it right away and requested it and got it almost immediately, which was amazing. Yeah, you don't ever see like historical romance being, I don't know, like I've never seen a historical romance where it's been male, female. I'm sure they're out there. I don't tend to like historical romances just because of like, I don't know, the vocabulary that's used and like, I don't know, just the way that it's talked about. It's just not usually my cup of tea, but I loved this one, and I think that like this was a plot that I would have loved to see as a full-length novel. I think that could have easily been a 5-star read if it was that way. So as it was, I gave it 3.5 stars just because like you don't have a plot in a novella, at least not one that's fleshed out. You find out what happens, you know, it's just one right after the another. There's not a ton of character development, but still very enjoyable read. So those were the last 3 books that I read. I am in the middle of God's Grave right now, which is, I'm like 100 pages into it, so I definitely won't finish it tonight because it's like 400 pages, so yeah, no, won't finish that. And then I will, what else am I doing? Oh, I'm listening to the audio of A Million Junes. So, which I'm enjoying. It's like not changing my life, but like it's probably going to end up being like a 3.5, 4-star book, so yeah. And then next week is the Thriller-a-thon. It starts at midnight, so tomorrow. So there's 3, well, I say that. I'm definitely reading 3 thrillers. The first one being Madam President by Nicole Wallace. This is like a political scandal. The next one I'm going to be reading is Sadie by Courtney Summers, and this is about a girl who is trying to find her sister's killer, I think. I honestly don't know a lot about it, but I've heard just really good things about it, so I'm excited. And then the third one that I have on my list is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr, which I do want to read. However, as I'm trying to get my NetGalley percentage up, I am thinking about switching it out with a book called The Escape Room, which is, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's about trying to get out of one of those like escape room things, and so obviously it's going to be a thriller. Couple of reasons why I want to switch it out. One, it is an arc, so it's going to help me if I can finish that out and, you know, raise my rating is just starting to sneak up a little bit, but I'm really trying to focus on that. September is definitely going to be an arc heavy month. And so the second reason is that I don't have an ebook. None of those books I have in ebook format. And I really want to read ebooks because I have my iPad now. And B, I like having books in different formats, so that way I don't have to take a physical book with me to work. I can just take my iPad because I use my iPad as my what I listen to on audiobooks. So yeah, that may happen. So stay tuned for next week's vlog. That is all I have for you today. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video. And all of the links to my social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye! One night to find the answer to me. What makes this heart beat faster?